But this part right here, I think, is where he gets her name wrong. And so check it out.
And if you can just tag me in right here, Jill, I'll go back to the first question, right? How is it different? So when I was evaluating, I called onto the ticket 3 weeks ago, okay? And I had done an Instagram live with Dr. Jill Stein, and I asked her a couple of questions. I had just posted a reel where Kamala Harris had been asked about reparations.
Kamala Harris.
Okay, Kamala Harris had posted a reel about reparations. I posted a reel where she.
So that's the first time he mispronounced her name, and they immediately corrected him. He said Kamala Harris. They said Kamala Harris. He didn't have a problem with it. He didn't have a problem with it. He didn't push back on it at all. He paused. He said, okay. And he pronounced the name the way that they wanted him to pronounce the name. Right? And so let me see. All right. This is the other part, I believe, where he got her name wrong again. Y'all check it out.
As a domestic terrorist and a criminal. Okay. She can look to Kamala Harris. And sorry.
Come on, my brother.
Hold on. No, it's honest to God, no disrespect, to be perfectly honest. It's just the way that I had gotten used to pronouncing the name because it resembles a name that is used in West Africa.
But you understand the point of getting it right, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to. If your brother on the team with the other, you gotta.
Absolutely. I will not make that mistake again.
I love seeing black men get jumped by black women.
No, hold on.
Not me.
Listen. Listen, richly deserved. And if I act a fool, check my black ass. That's fine. Like no joke. Like I expect to be held accountable by my people, whether those are black folk or Muslims. So that is all love and it is all welcome. You're not gonna get no pushback from me on that. So where was I?
So boom. Y'all see how they trying to make a big deal out of him mispronouncing her name. It's so important that he got to get her name right? And you're seeing that the other co-host, the other female co-host that's up there, you know, she jumped in there too. You do understand why it's important to get it right? As the brother that is sitting up here with the other, talking about Jill Stein. So trying to put him on a hot seat saying, you a black man, you up here with this white woman, and you mispronouncing our sister girl's name. So you understand why it's important to get that right? You know what I'm saying? Now, Jill Stein, by the way, is a white Jewish woman. Jill Stein is a Jewish white woman. And he's her running mate. You know what I'm saying? Their political views are in alignment, you know, so she chose him to be her running mate. You know what I mean? But the sister girl that they advocating for is laying up with the other, as she put it. Her husband is a white Jewish man that she lays up with every night. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to make a big deal out of him not saying Kamala's name right and trying to put emphasis on the fact that he's up here with this Jewish white woman and while doing that. But the girl that the woman that y'all advocating for is laying up every night with a white Jewish man that y'all don't have no problem with. That's perfectly fine. But that was the other part right there that I wanted to point out. But do y'all notice that when, especially white people, but anybody who is a Democratic shill, anybody who is a vote blue no matter who, if somebody is speaking in support of Kamala Harris and they say her name wrong, they don't get any pushback. Y'all notice that? Because there are times when even Joe Biden called her Kamala.
Several other members of the California delegation here are also here, along with several city and state leaders. But as Kamala said,
It's just triggering.
There are times where, you know, people within the Democratic Party mispronounce her name.
Ask for their help and then follow our leader, Kamala. We need Kamala Harris.
Kamala. Nobody ever has a problem with it, but they try to make a big deal out of it when it's anybody that's giving any pushback to Kamala. You know what I'm saying? And so here's a good example right here. The other day they had Usher on The View. I don't know if y'all saw that. They had Usher on The View. They tried to put him on the spot to support Kamala. And he didn't really go for the bait. Shout out to Usher for not going for the bait. He played it neutral. You know what I'm saying? He didn't endorse anybody. You know what I'm saying? But the way that they came at him was kind of heavy. But what's her name? Joy something. What's the white woman's name on the View? I forgot her name. Joy Behar. I think that's how you say her name. Might be mispronouncing her name. But she says her name wrong. Check it out. Nobody gets beside themselves.
In this emergency that we're in, I think that behooves artists to come out and speak for Kamala against Donald Trump because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
Kamala. Nobody had a problem with that. Nobody had a problem with her saying her name wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's fake. That's the thing I wanted to point out about that. That's fake outrage. That's fake outrage, and they use it to create a distraction and a deflection from the point that is actually being made. Because the brother is in the middle of making a valid point, but they want to distract with how he pronounces her name. And obviously he's not doing it intentionally. He's very apologetic about it. You know what I'm saying? He corrects himself. He allows himself to be corrected. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I mean, no disrespect. I'm just used to saying her name like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's actually in the middle of making a valid point while he's trying to speak. And so that is all part of their strategy to do that.